Hey YouTube, it's Rarity, and here I have Denko Hunters, and it's been a while since I've done a deck profile, especially a creative deck, not just meta bullshit. So I'm very happy to bring this deck profile to you, and I am in no way saying that this is like a crazy new broken deck. It definitely needs a lot of work. I've done some playtesting with it, not too much, just enough to kind of change a little bit of it. But for the most part, I would really appreciate anyone that wanted to play with me on DN and help me perfect this deck, or if you just take this deck and do your own playtesting with it and then find the perfect form of it. I would like to find, I'm not saying that this deck can definitely be broken, but I would love, I would love for this deck to be broken. I'd love something to come out of it and it'd be, just really good. But if not, nonetheless, it's still a very fun deck. It's just different, and different's always fun, as long as you can make it at least somewhat good. And like I said, I've had decent turnout with this. It's not terrible, but I do think it can get better. I just got to figure out how. And like I said, that just comes with playtesting. Or maybe I'm just stupid, and someone's gonna say, "Well, obviously you should do this," and I'm like, "Oh, duh, I should have done that." But that's what this video is for. So I'll go ahead and go into the deck profile. And if you didn't know, Denko is a level 4 Light Thunder, which is why it works with the Hunder monsters. So, starting off, we have one Black Dragon Cop Serpent. So you all know him. You banish a light to special summon him. He's just for additional like speed plays and stuff like that. And there's 19 light monsters in the deck. 5 of them you're gonna, well, especially like the Thunder Seahorse. You're always, whenever you get him, you most of the time are just going to pitch him to the graveyard. And then I don't play Under, so you're not going to be trying to grab him back or anything like that. So, once he's in there, he's no use, so you banish him. Bam. And then we play 3 Denko. And like I said, Denko is level 4 Light Thunder, so you can just go like Ma Pa Denko and then make an Exceed and keep Denko on board. So that was the initial thought of the deck. I was like, oh, seems like not so bad of a play. And then of course 2 Honest, because 19 monsters in the deck are honest, are light. And then also a bit of what you go to in the extra deck is light, especially the main 2 being Constellar Omega and Stardust Spark Dragon. And then also it just protects your stuff like Denko, that you want to leave there by itself. And 1700 is not bad, but once they start summoning their Clifforts and their Dantes and all that jazz, it's gonna get run over pretty easily. And then we have 2 of the new guy, Lightning Rod Lord. And if you don't know what he does, neither player can activate spell cards in their main phase 1. And what that does is it crazy slows down your opponent, and especially if they're playing Clifforts. I have the 3rd one in the side deck, you can see, because that's 4 Clifforts. But it forces them to do all their setting up and everything in their main phase 2. Which means they're not going to go crazy and then go into a battle phase and OTK you. If anything, they're attacking with 1 monster, going to main phase 2, and then setting up for next turn, which is awesome, because that means you get a chance to attack their setup board. And then if you can cripple it, the next turn they have to try to set up again in main phase 2. So it's pretty good. He's pretty nifty. He doesn't really hurt this deck too much, even though I know there's 20 spells. A lot of them you won't. I guess the only thing that would suck would be maybe recycling batteries. If you could activate that in main phase 1 is the more optimal time. But like I said, I still think it would hurt your opponent more than it would hurt you. And then moving on, we have 3 Ma Hunder and 3 Pa Hunder. They allow you 1 additional normal summon of a level 4 Light Thunder monster, except for themselves. But you can do an infinite loop with a Ma Pa Ma, and then like go into a what's his name, Castell, and then detach 2, and then recycling batteries, both of them back, and then go into Pa Ma, and then just keep going, and then you have like Star Liege, where you can also detach 2. So if you have, I've done it before where I've just kept going and kept exceeding monsters using 2. I've only done 2 recycling batteries. 3 would be pretty crazy, but the loops are real. And then if you had Magician of Faith, you could bring it back again, and then the loop would never end with Book of Moon. Bam. Alright. Moving on, we have one Thunder King Rhino, because Thunder King's awesome. And, 1900 attack, nobody can search, and you don't... your only searching card would be Thunder Seahorse. So obviously you would try to do that before dropping T-King. Just a thought. But, he's pretty good. And Cliff Fort search like crazy. Burning Abyss search a little bit. So, it's a good card. Also stops the inherent special summons. Or you can with it anyway. 3 Thunder Seahorse. You discard him. You grab 2 of any level 4 like Thunder monster. That's 1600 or less attack. So in this deck you can only grab Ma, Pa, Seahorse, and Vylon Prism. And so it sucks. I know you can't grab the best ones, Denko, Lightning Rod, and T-King. But if you could, it'd be really broken, and you'd probably see Thunder Seahorse in other decks just to grab Denkos, because that would be pretty dumb. Except for, it also comes with a stipulation, you can't special summon when you use that turn, which is why you use Duality as well. It's a great little combo if you can get both those off in the same move. You do a lot of search power and a lot of setup, but anyway, good card, definitely essential. You want to either start your turn with that, especially that's why you're on Double Honest, because sometimes you'll ditch that, and then you can't special summon, and then you go like Ma into Denko, and then you're like, oh well, this is kind of a suboptimal play, I hope I'm okay. And then they're like, I'm just gonna swing over this shit, and you're like, what about Honest, bitch? And that's how that goes, and they cry, and then probably kill themselves later. But moving on, we have Vylon Prism, probably, in my opinion, one of the best tuners ever made. It's pretty stupid. So, whenever he's sent from the monster card zone to the graveyard, which includes when he's synchro summoned, or sometimes I have even, suied him into somebody just so I can get this effect. But anyway, so he... when he goes to the graveyard from the monster card zone, you can pay 500 life points and equip them to any monster on your side of the field. When that monster attacks or is attacked, it gains 1,000 life for that battle. So that is pretty stupid, because you can make it start a Spark Dragon and make it a 3,500 start a Spark Dragon. And, excuse me, and that's pretty awesome, if they try to MST it, the spell card or whatever, just protect it with Sparky, or it's a good little combo. So he's pretty hard to get around, but like I said, it's just really, really stupid, and you can just, I only play 2 of them because you can add them back with your hand, or to your hand with recycling batteries, so he's not super important. But moving on to the spells here, we have we have a Book of Moon, just generic stuff. Really, really good against Burning Abyss right now. I don't even need to explain it's Book of Moon. However, I do need to explain 2 Dark Holes. You can play 2 now, and the reason I play this, you can see right next to it, I play 2 Lance, which is important for this deck. But also, like I said, your 2 main extra deck plays are Stardust Spark Dragon and Constellar Omega. So Dark Hole doesn't really hurt you most of the time, and I know it's not a great card at the moment, but it still forces your opponent to do different plays, and you can just make it work for yourself. So that's why I play it. And like I said, this isn't my perfect build, so I may take that out for something better. I don't know. That, it's definitely an option. I do play 2 Lance. Again, you want to protect things like Denko, so sometimes 800 is just enough. Other than that, just being able to protect yourself from different spells and things. Triple MST, kind of necessary. Now that I'm thinking about it, like I said, again, this is not a perfect build. Probably need some Night Beams in here. 3-Pod Duality, like I said, Thunder Seahorse, when you use this effect, you can't special summon, so might as well use Duality while you're at it. And when you do both at the same time, you're usually set up pretty good for next turn. 1 Raigeki, because Raigeki's awesome. 3 Recycling Batteries. You target 2 Thunder-type monsters with 1500 less attack. So that would be just Maw Paw and Vylon Prism. And it can be any of those. With Seahorse, you have to be grabbing like 2 Maws, or 2 Paws, or 2 Prisms. It can't be 1 and 1, but with Recycling Batteries, you can grab just any 2. They're in your graveyard. So it's pretty awesome. You can, like I said, you can make a Castell or a Starliege and then pitch them, and then grab them right back with Recycling Batteries. Snatch Steal. Snatch Steal's awesome. I really like it in the main. I don't see why people don't like it in the main. It just opens up game finishing plays. That's all it is. And also sets your opponent back too. So I've won games by just stealing like a carrier someone had equipped with Sacrifice. I just couldn't get over it, because it would just stay on board, and I didn't have anything to kill Sacrifice. So just steal the carrier, and then just didn't finish the game, but it set them back. They couldn't tribute summon next turn, and they didn't have a pendulum scale, so I mean it works. 1 Soul Charge, because you have quite a bit of things other than Denko, I think, is the only thing can't be special summoned. Yeah. Oh wait. Yeah, and Black Dragon. Black Dragon can't be special summoned with Soul Charge. But you can just do that and then set up a awesome play, or make an Exiton. It's never bad to Soul Charge for 2 into an Exiton and clear the whole board, especially against like Cliff Forts right now. It'd be really good. Or just, I don't know, make something crazy strong, like a Stardust Spark with, I don't know, Sparky with Omega or something, or Starliege to kill some monsters' attack points or something. I don't know. That's something. And then 3 upstarts for consistency. And that's the main deck, 40 of course, 20 monsters, 20 spells. Moving on to the extra deck. The first guy I got here is kind of weird, and I honestly just kind of threw him in here just because. But is Avenging Knight Parshath. If you don't know what he does, he's a level 8 synchro. He requires a tuner and 1 or more non-tuner light monsters. So you can do it with anything in here except for Black Dragon. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster your opponent controls. Change that target's battle position. So you can put anything in defense that you want, or attack, I guess, for that matter. It's vague. So, and then if a card does attack a defense position monster, it does piercing damage. So it's also 2600, so it's a little bit stronger than Sparky. Of course, it'd be bumped up to 3600 if I get Prism off correctly. But he can't protect Prism like Sparky can. So there is that. But if I don't know, I just threw it in here because it does piercing damage, and 3600 over top of anything, a Dante's 1100. So 1100 can win you a game sometimes, which is just a different play. Or especially like if they just have like a little BA monster on the field or something, they have such tiny little defenses. So some of them 0, so you could switch them to 0, and that's just 3600 direct. It's a thought. I don't know. Like I said, I don't even think I've played BA with this deck yet. Like I said, very, very little playtesting. I played Cliff Orts and then a bunch of random shit on DN. But regardless, I don't know. He's just in there. Don't judge me. Stardust Spark Dragon. He's pretty awesome. You know what he does. Then 1 Thought Ruler Archfiend. Again, also pretty awesome. He can help you gain life points, and he can't be targeted by spells. Well, he can be, but you pay life points to negate it and all that jazz. And so I don't know. And the fact that you can run over such big monsters, you could run over a disc, which it could be at 3100, and then you gain 3100 life points, and that's a bit. Alright, and then those are the only 3 synchros I play. Moving on to Exceeds, we have Abyss Dweller. Good against BAs, and, well, I guess even good against Cliff Orts in some situations. 1 Carter. Anyway, He redirects targets, which, you know, it's cool. One Castel, because Castel's awesome. Two Omegas. You know, obviously you can make him because he requires lights. So, but I don't know, he's good, especially if you're scared of Acro, or like I said, if you want a Dark Hole or do something. I don't know. One Daigusto Emerald, because you're gonna put a lot of monsters in the graveyard, and then you can shuffle them right back and draw some shit. One Exiton, he's also light, which is cool. So you can't honest him, because he is only 1900. And anyway, you know, below the field, you know that guy. One Cowboy, you know, Mr. Steal Your Bitch, steal the game. 103 Ragna Zero, good, kind of against Clifford's right now, and kind of against Burning Abyss. Kinda. I don't know. He's just there. One Heartland Draco, you know, swing for 2k directly. Hopefully win the game like that. I don't know. One Crazy Box in case some crazy bastards place skill drain on me. Hopefully, you know, they won't, but if they do, I am prepared. The one thing I'm not prepared here for is a, what's that card? It reduces everybody's level by 1. That would fuck me up. So I guess I need to probably throw a Zen Mains in here or something. I hate Zen Mains though. Anyway, and then the last card is a badass card. I love this card. Starleash Paladynamo. You detached, you know, he has to be made with 2 lights, so again, you can't use Black Dragon on him, but the other 19 monsters are cool. And detach 2, target a monster on your opponent's side of the field, or actually, I think, can it be any monster? No, it has to be a monster your opponent controls. I don't know why you do it on your own, but, you know. Anyway, target a monster your opponent controls. It becomes 0 in attack permanently, and its effects are negated permanently. And so that's awesome. You know, you can just, that's a free at least 2k swing right there. And if you have like a Start a Spark or something, you know, that's 3,500 free swing or whatever. So you can put a lot of damage that way. Also get around stupid bullshit effects and whatever. And then also, if he is destroyed and he has to be sent to the graveyard, you get to draw a card. So it's not bad. Everybody likes drawing a card. He replaces himself with some random card from the top of your deck. Oh, and I guess I'll go over this bullshit side deck if you want me to. The additional Lightning Rod Lord, like I said, against for Cliff Forts, just because it really does some work against Cliff Forts. Except for that one time I played against him, and I was like, sweet. I made like a Constellar Omega or something with Honest in hand and a Lightning Rod on board. I was like, I have this game. And they were like, no, it wasn't Omega, because they Raigeki'd me. I remember that much. It was stupid. I don't know what I made. I made somebody. But they Raigeki'd me, and then just proceeded to win. I don't remember. It was just bullshit. I was so mad. Of course they did this in their main phase too, but still. It's bullshit. Anyway, so 2 Majesty's Fiend, 2 Vanity's Fiend, and triple Stormforth. That's just my generic go-to side for almost anything anymore. I don't know. I just like it. Tribute your stuff. Summon Fiends. GG. So I got 2 Fairy Winds. Mainly because I couldn't fit the 3rd one in. Also, this one, you know, is Denko, so you don't really play too many traps. 1 Macrocosmos because it doesn't hurt your deck that much. You know, you're not you know, it hurts your hurts Burning Abyss more than it hurts you. So that's what I have to say about that. 2 Ojama Trios. They're irritating little bastards. And then 2 Shadow Mirrors for Burning Abyss and the off chance you might fight a Shaddoll player. But anyway, irrelevant extra deck because I just made it on the fly with generic extra deck ideas. But let me know what you think about this deck. Like I said, I'd love to playtest with you. My username is Rarity Ho, so pretty easy to find. You know, friend me on there. I'll definitely play you. Message me as much as you want whenever I'm on there. I don't really have a regular schedule that I get on. I guess, but like I said, if you comment and be like, Can we play it this time? Blah, 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 blah. You know, whatever. You say what you want, and I'll say yes or no, and then we'll maybe set up a date, and maybe we won't. I do work, so it can't be at any time, but, you know, I'll try. I definitely want to try to play with you all. If you all have some ideas, say, this is a stupid idea, take this shit out, put this in instead. I'm free, I might not listen to you, but I definitely want you to say that so I can at least have that perspective. Because I don't entirely know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of going with it. And like I said, it's just not too bad right now. I want it to be good, at least good. Not great, just good. I mean, if it is great, that's awesome. You know, it's great. But, you know, just let me know. Extra deck probably needs some work for sure. I feel like you should definitely have another Spark Dragon, because Sparky's awesome. Like I said, probably... Oh, Stygian Dirge! That's the name of the card. I need a something in case of Stygian Dirge, because that is a card. I don't know. Probably don't too many people play it, but I would just hate to lose to that, because if someone did that and I didn't have an MST, I'd be done. I couldn't do anything. Or I could even put a Goyo in there. It'd be pretty dumb. Anyway. So, yeah. Let me know what y'all think. As always, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace out.